Hey, I'm Dorothy Bender, the president of the Friends of Tijeras Pueblo. And I've been doing this now since about 98. We started the building, can't remember the year, but it was started by volunteers. And then we reached the roof level and hopefully managed to get a state grant, which helped us to finish the building professionally. So, and
What started your interest here in this pueblo?
actually, I was volunteering with the Forest Service with their front desk since I had retired from uh, Edgewood Elementary as the school secretary. And I wanted to stay involved. And when I found the Pueblo, we do a lot of tours and working with children, and I loved that, so I'm still doing it. We do site tours, we do lectures, we do school programs, and we do the tours actually for church groups, school groups, senior groups. Anyone that gives us a call, we
Yes.
can set one up.
That's neat. And what do you think is interesting about the Tijeras Pueblo?
Well, since I'm originally from New York, where you can't see any history,
Yeah.
here at Tijeras, you can actually see where people lived and how they lived in the 1300s. So I guess as I get older, history seems to mean a lot more
Yeah.
to me.
Is there a particular exhibit right here you want to comment on?
Well, I could show you the
Okay.
dig exhibit over here in the
Okay.
corner,
Yeah.
and this was actually designed by Linda Cordell, who actually did the excavations here in the mid-70s.
Oh,
And this is to show you what an archaeologist sees when she looks at or digs down to an excavation. And here she's designed it so that you can see just what they find. This, of course, was a window, and you can see how the dirt has fallen in and buried it. You can see shards, pottery, and other things in the dirt as it comes down. These are the inside walls, which were mudded over like plaster or paint. This actually was the support for the roof, and this, of course, is facsimile. It's not the real one, but it shows you how the archaeologists will wrap the posts to preserve the ancient wood and keep it from falling apart.
right.
This wall actually shows a lot. You can see over the years how, the deterioration of the walls. Well, here's where it kind of flowed down. You got more wind and dirt blowing in on top of it. But again, it shows you what gets buried at the different levels. We have an old fire pit here at one time. At a later time, as it filled up, there was another fire pit. And of course, the most recent would be this one on top. The drawers that we have here are made to show the artifacts that would have been found at that level. And they call that stratigraphy, where they go down level by level. So each one of these drawers would represent a different time, and they all have different artifacts in them. And of course, the top is the most recent.
This is what's in the most recent.
Yes. And the pottery and tools that you find in the lowest drawer,
Oh, I'm sorry. This is a middle drawer.
that's a middle, And let's see if I can get this. These are very hard to work, but you can see some of it is a little more, it's a lot cruder than the top or recent layers. You can see bone fragments,
Yes.
obsidian that would have been probably to make arrowheads.
Is this the obsidian?
Yes,
Yes.
that's the obsidian.
And these are broken pottery pieces.
Those are broken pottery pieces. And I'm not sure if we got it. Yes. Here you can see we have tried to show the different layers or stratigraphy so that the bottom would have been around 1360, and then we come up to 1450 in the 1970s. And it's a very hard concept to explain to people that this was not below the ground. It actually was above the ground at the time the people existed and lived here. But you know how the winds blow in New Mexico.
Yes. Yes.
What led them to this site to dig here?
Originally, I'm not sure, but I do know that archaeologists will look for a lot of sites that show disturbance. Sometimes it's the flora and fauna or the weeds, what I call weeds, that grow over it, that show it was disturbed earth.
Okay.
And all through the canyon here, there were a number of sites like this.
Oh, wow. Did they excavate any of the other sites or just kind of?
This, I believe, is the only one that's been excavated. We have a couple of them further up North 14, one around San Antonio, which is basically on private land, so nothing's been done. And then up at Paco, there's another site. University of Chicago, I think, had been excavating and looking at that. But this is the one that has come the furthest. Even though we don't have any existing buildings, it's still an important site. I believe our archaeology number is LA 580, 561, 581, I can't remember. So it's very, very early this was known about. And we've had a lot of ranges here that have been archaeologists too, so.
Oh, okay. Like a ranger archaeologist.
Yeah.
Cool, cool.
So, and there's very few of these sites that are right on Forest Service land that are so prominent and open to the public, so.
Wow,
It's
that's
really
awesome.
nice.
Awesome things that y'all
Thank you so
have
much.
this.
You're welcome.